favorite segment time, your comment. Okay, let's go to the channel here. I'll let that just play in the background, no big deal. So yeah, we're at 485 subscribers. We will not make it there before the end of the week unless something hits trending, but that'd be kind of cool. But despite how cool it'd be, unlikely. Anyways, comments. Okay, let me pull up old studio here. Okay, the one comment on the channel is from Solar Frickin' Roadways, DIY number 9, day number 9. Paul Highland said, stupid idea. Well, you know what, Paul? Please explain what part of it's stupid. I literally say in the video, like, it's unlikely that...
You know, as great as that idea would be, part of me is just like, that is going to be a massive undertaking.
That's why
to be able to cover the interstate with that.
Actually, the interstate's doesn't even generate. There was not even covering the entire state isn't even enough to power the entire United States. Anyways.
What? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
What?
I just heard a squeak, and I don't think it was my chair, meaning it was a fire alarm.
Well, take the headphones off and listen. Well, anyways,
wait, do we even have one in the kitchen? What?
Anyways, on the gaming channel, if we pull it up here,
I might just rip the batteries out. That's not illegal, right?
No. I mean, you could call the people and be like, hey, replace this, but it'd be kind of a jerk move.
Pretty sure they're double A's. Which I do not have.
Floors and a new game, Minecraft 91. The Waterball commented, villagers are 100% easier now than they've ever been. Yeah, absolutely. If you're not doing it on Bedrock, yeah. Absolutely. Bedrock, they're just stupid. So, why are my live streams my most popular uploads? That doesn't seem right, but fair enough.
A chair.
Huh?
I need a chair. I mean, I can take it off the wall, but I can't look inside.
Anyways, teaching my cousin how to play Minecraft Pilot. The water bottle commented, stop crouching, laughing, crying emoji face, laughing, crying emoji face. Yes. Absolutely. Very, very funny. The last comment, some gold. Bedrock Let's Play 25. Waterball commented, build a dam. Gotta control that water. And we did. I'm still waiting on people to comment on whether I should make the dam wider or not, but is what it is. What? Why is this? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, so I had to work on something else in the meantime. Anyways, so a future of the channel-wise. Oh boy. So I'm currently working on a video on centripetal acceleration, but this is like 3 videos late, and the next 2 videos, one of which is on the Kepler laws. So that video is very in-depth. That's going to want to make me kill myself. And the other one is about this another day idea that I had. So writing it won't be that intensive, but editing it will be very intensive. The last day, I did what should have been 3 hours worth of editing.
You hear the beep?
Yeah. I'm about to go get a battery. You need a 9-volt?
Is that what it is?
It's a battery.
Yes.
Could be.
Phil's
I saw
roommate,
3 volt.
everybody.
3 volt.
Is that what it said?
Where's the
3 volt?
Yeah, that's what I don't even know if you can replace it. Is there? I don't see like a screw.
They're probably one
You
of
just
the
buy 'em
pop-up
like that?
ones. It's probably one of the pop-up ones. If you just hit it in the right spot, the little battery pops
Yes.
up.
twist on, twist off?
Well, that's how I got it off. That's how I took it off the wall.
There's a little tray somewhere on it that if you click it pops up. No one's listening to me about how to replace batteries in a smoke detector. Anyway,
No, there's no tray that pops out.
twist it off. Or there's
It doesn't.
Or there's a thing in the back.
We don't see a tab.
Look it up on Google.
Oh.
There's a model number, a serial number on the back. Look it up.
What's?
That's to wait.
But does it have? Because it says 3-volt sealed battery.
Well, the deal is, I've never seen one that has a plug into the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most of the apartments I've lived in.
Well, yeah, they have a thing that you pull out to insert the battery.
Yeah. What's the other ones? Maybe it just came loose. Think.
Could just call the super. Anyways, I'm going to continue on time by the future channel. So yeah, so
I guess we'll find out.
It says sealed lithium battery.
Yeah.
oh, it's a watch cell probably.
Sealed. Meaning we can't get into it.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Or,
So do you have to get a whole new unit?
or it's a watch battery.
Case of message or
Yeah, let me message the landlord and ask him.
in there. So you feed them. You can't run for 9-volt.
3-volt.
Well, there is no 3-volt battery that you can buy from Ace Hardware.
Yeah,
There's only a 9.
watch. I'll pull it up on
Sam?
Google.
Do you think you can buy?
3-volt battery. No.
No, my cousin just said he can find one. You can type it in Google.
3-volt battery.
Well, it's probably not a common battery.
Look at that. Holy
That
crap.
I've seen is 9-volt, which is why I keep saying. Now,
There
they
you go.
have
3-volt.
it changed, yes, but that hasn't been my experience.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is exactly what I was
Okay.
talking about. East
I'm
Tech.
just saying.
3-volt.
I'm just
100
saying what the
milliamp
thing
hour.
says. It says 3.
Yeah, look at this. It's a button cell battery.
So are you going to call the landlord or you'll need?
CR20205, lithium battery, 3 volts.
If it keeps beeping, then I don't give a shit what messages.
Yeah,
Oh,
35
I can
cents.
go buy them. Say something.
Yeah.
Hazardous.
Because I think the office closes at 6 or 5.
Yeah. It's,
Hey,
But I think they have a 24-hour emergency maintenance. But this isn't really an emergency.
oh, no.
I would agree.
I would just call the emergency number. It doesn't really matter.
Hasn't beeped yet. Maybe it just came unplugged, but the battery is dead. I don't know. So you is there something online where you message them?
Yes,
Well, no, I just called
CR2025.
it. Because on our lease agreement, it has like the number.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did in the past. I just called that number. And if no one answered, I left a message and they'd call me back.
Mhm.
And then, I just tell them what's up. And they say, okay, we'll send a maintenance guy over. Is it okay if they enter your apartment if you're not home? I say,
Yeah, that would be what.
It's-
I guess if it beeps again later tonight.
It's
Yeah.
probably this battery right here. The Panasonic CR3032 3-volt.
Yeah.
Button cell battery. They
Well, the thing is, I think it's sealed within the thing.
like I said, just look it up on Google. It'll tell you exactly either how or you can't take it apart. And you'll take it apart, you'll pop this out, pop in a new battery. Hell, I think I have one in a drawer here in my apartment.
Well, no, I'm just saying that, we pay to live here. We have maintenance. They do that free of charge.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, either way, again, these cells are $1.
I mean, yes, it is something I could easily take care of myself. But I mean, if we live here and pay people to do it for us, it's like, why not, take advantage of that service.
I suppose. Well, anyways, back to the future of the channel. Off these 3-volt batteries. I have your roommate saying he hasn't heard of a 3-volt battery. He hasn't lived long enough in the world of button cell batteries. Anyways, they're coming out with all kinds of new batteries this day and age. Everything's got batteries in it anymore. And so they got all kinds of different types of batteries. 3-volt batteries. Yeah, he clearly hasn't licked a he clearly has not licked a button cell battery before.
I've licked a 9-volt battery.
I've wanted to. I just I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
Wait, is that the square ones or is that a 5?
No, 9 volts of the squares.
Yes. Okay, so I've licked it because it's kind of hard to lick like a AA.
You'd
have to have a long tongue.
You have to just stick it in your mouth, and even then, I don't think those really.
The 1-volt, I don't think will give much of a tingle.
Yeah,
a 9-volt gives quite the tingle, I must say.
Well, yeah. Well, the 9 volts. I mean, also the terminals are much closer together.
That was back when I was young and stupid, and I had some toy or whatever. I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't think it's working right. And then my dad said, lick it. I said, what? And he said, yeah, that's how you know if the battery's good. So I did. And it wasn't really much of a tingle. And so then I grabbed a fresh one out of the fridge, because we keep our batteries in the fridge.
Yeah.
And, it gave quite the zap.
Yeah, you can stick those in water.
Quite the zap.
Yeah, you can stick those in water, and it'll split it into hydrogen.
Really?
Yeah.
Ruins it, I imagine.
I don't know. I watched Kyle Hill do it in a video today. I never watched. I stopped watching Kyle Hill because science ended, but he had some stuff on nuclear stuff I was interested in.
Oh yeah, he has had some. I don't know. Is that his Kyle Hill channel that he has? It's really good.
I was
The YouTube.
Yeah, I was procrastinating on writing the script of which I'm going to. I've written 1 paragraph of today, and that will be all I write today.
But yeah, the nuclear stuff that was really cool.
Yeah. Talks about
the man who opened the door to a nuclear reactor.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
Had his face zapped. That was an interesting story.
I didn't watch that one.
It was an interesting story.
That sounds like a Thoughty 2 video.
Oh yeah. yes. A Thoughty 2 video. Let's talk about the Olympics from 1906. Specifically the marathon.
That was the best.
A guy died. A man won running in shorts.
Well, that's not...
running in jeans.
Yeah.
And then you had another guy who, maybe it was the same guy, who raised enough money from his town to go to the Olympics and then gambled it all away before he even got there.
Yeah, and he could have won had he not eaten an apple.
Yeah, had he not eaten an apple.
And taken a nap.
And then another guy cheated.
Yeah.
He rode in the... Oh yeah, because they had a dirt trail, and it's like, oh yeah, let's set a pacemaker on a dirt trail with a car.
Yeah, and they were giving them poison.
Yeah, oh yeah,
as a stimulant.
They gave him poison. Here, drink up. This will help you.
It was also an experiment on dehydration.
Yes. Yeah. Little known fact, the entire thing was a dehydration. So apparently dehydration makes you perform better. Who knew?
But that wasn't the... Yeah, well, anyways, I don't think that was the point of the experiment. But anyway. The slowest Olympic time ever. Well, anyways.
Yes. That is the slowest winning Olympic time.
Hey, if our video gets 1 million views, maybe you can beat an Olympic time.
See, that would be a very difficult thing, a difficult record to break again. The slowest winning time. that basically means you need everyone in the race to be on the same page where, hey, let's run super slow, okay? Yeah, I know you're not going to get a good time, but we're purposely trying to break the slowest winning time record. So you basically have to convince every single person there not to speed up.
Well, no, I'm just saying that you when you go to run your marathon.
Oh yeah, my time could be better than the worst winning time.
Well,
yeah.
I know it's the worst winning time, but I mean it's an Olympic time. That's the cool part.
I think that it still is like a decently fast pace. Wasn't it still like 2.5 hours?
It's 3 hours.
Oh, it's 3 hours?
Yeah.
Is that average?
I don't know.
I honestly don't know what average is. I just know 2:30 is like still really good.
Yeah. I'd have to look at what the. Anyways, point. That doesn't matter. Point.
I think under 4 hours is respectable.
Anyways, but yeah, Kyle Hill though. I don't know. I don't like his new style of videos. I don't know. Because science was okay. I liked it a lot, but there towards the end, I didn't like it so much. It got very pandery, and like a lot of his videos, they had to really stretch to get to where he wanted to be. And the one video,
go on.
And the one video I watched today, I don't remember what it was about, and I was very disappointed by the outcome, because what I thought he was going to do was not at all what he actually did, and I was very upset with it.
What's that?
Let me look at my history. I now know how I got onto that thing. Anyways, this one right here.
Read it out.
Why Homer Simpson should be dead. I didn't like this video. He didn't explain why.
Do all of his videos revolve around TV or movies?
I think he tries to, yeah. Yeah, for the most part. That makes the science more relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't like how he went about that one. This is a cool video by the... Okay, I shouldn't say it was cool. It was interesting by the Modern Rogue. I didn't like how they literally just said microwave radiation is okay. And I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
microwave?
It's non-ionizing.
It's non-ionizing.
Right. It's non-ionizing in the event that it won't give you cancer. But if you stuck your nuts in a microwave, you're not going to have kids ever again. Or that the fact that, I don't know,
really?
Microwaves fry electronics.
You do realize that TVs and Wi-Fi use microwave, right?
Right. But, and there's studies that have shown that women have gotten breast cancer for keeping their cell phones in their bras.
How do you prove that?
For one thing, all the tumors in these women that had cancer were in the same spot that the cell phone was kept. And it was a disproportionate...
See, I just find that very difficult, very hard to believe.
Again, no one's ever proved it, but there is evidence to show that increased cell phone usage has effects on...
There's a correlation.
Yeah, there's a correlation. No one's been able to prove it yet. But it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, there's a correlation saying that the more time men spend on their cell phone, the more likely it is for their sperm counts to be lower.
Well, because phone's in the pocket or something?
No, well, so this must have been back in the day where... See, I think a lot of these were, I don't know. I think a lot of these studies were from early days of smartphones, so like, it is what it is.
But like, you do see my point, right? It's like Wi-Fi is virtually impossible to escape unless you go out to the rural part of wherever.
Right.
Because everywhere in the city there's Wi-Fi, meaning you're constantly surrounded by microwave radiation.
Right. Well, I get, but again, also, They should have just
and not only that. This is the kicker, okay? This is the real kicker that always gets me. Okay, so there's all these things about microwave radiation being harmful, right? Well, let's take it up a notch. Visible light. We've had incandescent light bulbs since the early 1900s. Hell, the sun puts out visible light.
Right.
That's 1,000 times more energetic than microwave.
Well, no.
And how come we've never heard about this since prior? How come there's nothing going on in the 50s or the 40s about this? Why is it all of a sudden popping up now? Which is why I find it so hard to believe that it's microwaves if they're so less energetic. How is that possible?
Well, I mean, people didn't want you next to the microwave back in the day. B, we're adapted.
Is more energetic than a microwave.
Listen, we are adapted to visible light. We were not adapted to microwaves.
But microwaves are less energetic. Why does it matter?
I don't know. Again, I'm just saying, though, that they should have said something. Because it's not like... Because it also, cell phones haven't been around that long. Also,
yes, we've evolved with visible light. I mean, yes, that makes sense why visible light would not cause cancer. Because we have literally evolved since the early dawn of leaving the ocean to encounter the sun's light and live with it. So if you take something like a microwave, which is 1,000 times less energetic, why should that matter?
Again, I don't know. All I'm saying is that they should have said a bit more about microwaves. Yes, the science says they should be fine. But they literally said, I could curl up next to a microwave. And I'm like, no, you should not. I don't care if they're less energetic. It's a form of radiation that we're not adapted to and that we honestly haven't been doing that many studies on. So, God forbid that, in 50 years we figure out...
Cancer, though, that just doesn't make sense. Because not only that, phones are... Well, no, I guess they do. I was thinking phones are like a microwave receiver.
Oh, but they emit it as well. They're huge.
They do when you make a phone call. But if you just have it in your pocket, it's a microwave receiver. It's receiving.
Cell phones constantly send and receive signals. Constantly.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
Unless you're in airplane mode, right?
Yep. Your cell phone is constantly sending and receiving signals. Hell, even in airplane mode, they're not completely shut off.
And when they are powered off? Are they completely off?
I don't think so.
See, that's another thing.
I want to say that they are, but I don't think so.
If you completely power down something, right? There must be some type of analog switch going on. Because
you rip the battery out, then it won't.
What? No, well, I'm just thinking, right? There must be some type of analog physical hard switch inside a battery, right? Mm-hmm. Because how can you turn on a device if it's powered off?
Oh, crap.
Hello?
Oh, sorry. I clicked the wrong button.
I said, how can you turn on a device if it's powered off with an electronic signal, right?
Well, I mean, all cell phones have... you can't... Unless you... So, here's the interesting thing. All electronic devices, like the motherboard of my computer, even if I unplug it, it has a lithium-ion battery, a CMOS battery on the motherboard to keep the BIOS alive. Without the battery... BIOS? The BIOS.
What is bio?
The BIOS?
What does it stand for?
I don't know what it stands for, but basically it allows... It's the coding that runs your CPU and your motherboard.
Oh, okay. And so that has a battery that's constantly running?
So when the power gets...
Or it runs when there's no power supplied.
Right. When there's no power, it runs because it's necessary. Otherwise, you break your system. And a lot of motherboards die. The sad part is, a a lot of computers die because the battery died. You have no idea that it's dead. Then one day you turn your computer off, like you unplug it from the wall, and it never turns back on. And your motherboard's shot.
Oh, I wonder if maybe that's what happened to my phone.
I don't know about I don't know how cell phones
because
work.
I'm curious. Well, that's also why I kind of wanted to do our drop experiment. Purposefully try to break it because I want to look inside and see how it's designed. Because I wonder if there is another battery. Because I would explain why after the battery of the phone died, it was never able to recharge. Well, there's two reasons. One is the cells are just soft shorted and they just will not charge.
Mm-hmm.
That is one possibility. However, that's a brand new battery. I don't think that's the case because that battery is only like a year or two old that I put in my phone because I got a new battery, and then I got a new phone.
Well, yeah. Well, anyways,
and I bet so maybe it just be that the battery was just never charged for so long because I got a new phone that then eventually the circuit card's battery died as well, and now it will just never be able to revive itself.
I don't know about cell phones. Possibly, I just know on computers they have a CMOS battery.
It'd be a really tiny battery though.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't know about cell phones.
Because the bulk of a cell phone is the battery.
Right. That's why I don't know about cell phones. I will say, funny enough, the batteries that they put on these boards are literally those button cell batteries we talked about earlier. Wow, look at that. We've come full circle, isn't that?
It still hasn't beeped yet, so I don't know.
I swear, smoke detectors beep randomly.
We'll find out.
There's no time interval, I swear. Anyways, so no, they're literally the button cell batteries. That's the interesting part. Well, anyways, so how did we get on to? Oh, right. I don't want to. I don't want to be part of the conspiracies. I'm just saying that they shouldn't have just said what they said about microwaves. I think they should have put a little bit more. Yeah, in theory they're safe, but at the same
wait.
time,
What is this article you read?
It was Modern Rogue. It was a YouTube video.
Well, it was a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And it was called what?
Radiation 101.
Radiation 101?
Yeah.
By who? Modern Rogue?
Yeah, it's okay. It's not great. Their scientist was he didn't have the guts to kind of say the kind of crap that I would have liked him to say about radiation. He also...
So is he a YouTuber that just says stuff that he learns online, or is he like an actual electrician or whatever? Like, does he actually have a qualified degree?
So, I don't know what Modern Rogue is. This is like their third video total I've seen of their stuff. They kind of just make random videos about stuff they find interesting that they're thinking about one day. And
to me, well, I guess I can't say for myself, but like, have you ever heard of Silence Asylum?
Yeah.
I think he does a lot of research, like reading textbooks, and I don't think the bulk of his videos are made from what he knows. Like, he probably has a degree in physics or something along those lines, but I feel like a lot of what he's learned and talks about is stuff that he's read about in depth in textbooks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
Well, anyways, these guys got an actual, professional in the field of radiation to come out and talk about radiation.
And he talked about this?
Well,
about cancer?
No, he didn't. The microwaves causing cancer thing, that was me. That was just me being skeptical. He didn't say crap. It was one of the other. He just said, microwaves are safe. He didn't mention anything else. He just said they're safe. He didn't say
you were saying how if you cool up around a microwave, that's bad.
Yeah, because one of the people in the video, the two of the people who are on the two hosts of the show, Modern Rogue or whatever. Anyways, He was like, oh yeah, I could just curl up with it at night. And I'm like, no, just because of the ionizing radiation and just because we're pretty sure that they don't cause cancer doesn't mean you should just curl up with the microwave with a magnetron, okay? I don't want to get into, you know, the conspiracy theory crap, but I'm saying there is a probability that we just haven't studied it enough, because who wants to expose themselves to a crap ton of microwaves?
Well, you do also have to remember microwaves also have a wavelength that is larger than the net. So the mesh thing on the cover door, that is so microwaves cannot escape out the glass. It's that way you can, one, look at your food, and two, to keep the energy concentrated with inside the microwave.
Right. But the way they didn't. But see, I don't know. They kind of just glanced over the microwave thing, and I'm like, what? And then they got to the radiation. They had an old TV, and they were measuring the X-rays being generated with this guy's Geiger counter. And then they had a piece of uranium glass, and he was just like, yeah, I'd be comfortable to have this in my house. And I'm like, but like, I don't know. He was so like, he would say one thing and then it just didn't, like, the radiation scientist, he just didn't have the guts to, he was like, well, it's all about dose versus this versus that. Then I'm like, then explain, then explain that. He just talked about, well, it depends. It's like, explain.
It sounds like he sounds like he almost didn't want to be there.
Kind of. He was just like, well, kind of, it depends. And I'm like, explain that then. Why are you saying that the TV, that the radioactive bull that was hitting over 1,000 counts per minute was safer than the TV that was only emitting 60, 80 counts per minute?
Radioactive bowl.
Yeah, they had a uranium glass bowl.
That's safer than a what?
Than an old cathode ray tube TV emitting only 80 counts. Like the way he made it sound. And I'm like, no.
It probably, well, if that is the case, it'd be the X-rays that are being emitted from the TV. Those are more powerful than the radiation emitted from the bowl.
Right. But he didn't explain. He just was like, I would eat
Like I said, he sounds like he was not passionate to be there.
Yeah. He was
He
like,
didn't really care to be there.
He was like, I
They
wouldn't
found
eat.
some guy, some schmuck, who was forced to go there because his boss told him to, or whatever have you. And he's like, really? Really? All right, whatever.
Yeah,
and he's like, so this because of this, right? Yeah. Well, can you tell more? No.
Yeah, he's like, well, it's
That's what it
all about
sounds like.
the exposure and blah, blah. But didn't explain it.
Yeah.
I'm like, explain then. Because, like, I'm pretty damn sure if I set that thing next to your... If you sat next to that bowl under your pillow, you're going to get freaking cancer a lot quicker than if you sit next to that freaking TV.
Yeah, but wait, so the TV has radioactive ore within inside it?
No. So what happens is, so this was an old cathode ray tube TV. So you're shooting electrons, which are virtually, it's beta.
Yeah, but the TV's off.
No, it was on.
Oh, never mind then. Okay, yeah, I understand.
Anyways, and the X-rays were leaking.
Yeah. Well, they must be more powerful, I guess.
But he didn't mention that.
Yeah.
He didn't talk about that. He also said, it's kind of whatever. I'm like...
Wait, what? It's kind of whatever. What? Excuse me, sir. Excuse you.
It was kind of the same deal with Kyle Hill with the Homer Simpson video. I wanted him to talk about exposure, or why did he pick the Cobalt 60. Instead, he just kind of was like, just kind of hand waved over it. I'm like, explain it. I don't give a crap about whatever the hell he explained after that. I want to know I wanted to know the question why I clicked on the damn video.
Yeah, that would explain my 4 years of physics for you. All 4 years, just a bunch of hand waviness. Except the thing is, they don't tell you it's hand waviness until like your last 2 years, and they're like, "Yeah, so everything we told you is kind of an approximation that's half right."
Well, no. What was even worse is at the end of the video, they went to this bus that was a converted railroad car that was used in the atomic bomb testing.
Okay.
And one of the guys, the host's wife, didn't want to go see it. I don't remember how or why. They didn't really mention why they were going to go see this. Anyways, the wife didn't want to go see it with them because she was worried about the radiation from the atomic bomb test. And so they went there with Geiger counters, and there was no radiation. And the guy's like, well, yeah, it's probably because the cesium, it never got exposed to the cesium, or the cesium got cleaned off at some point. And I'm like, but what about neutron radiation? Which has the ability to make things radioactive. And if I'm not mistaken, that's one of the main radiations being emitted by the stupid plutonium inside the damn bomb. Because they also was
But can't that be detected by Geiger counter?
Neutron radiation?
Yeah.
Well, no. I'm talking about neutron radiation that was emitted by the bomb or the fallout that then made the literal parts of the trailer radioactive.
Well, I thought you said the Geiger counter found nothing.
Right. But again, he didn't talk about that there could have been a probability of neutron radiation interacting with the metal. Maybe he didn't need to, maybe because it's not likely, but that's the main radiation being emitted by plutonium-235. Or is it 236? One of those two. So I'm just like, what? I was very upset. And also, that was also something that was not talked about on in Kyle Hill's radiation video. He was just like, there's 3 types of radiation: alpha, beta, gamma.
Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota.
And I wanted to just like scream, like, what about neutron? And technically, you want to include ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma rays. But if we're talking solely neutron-generated ionizing radiation, then yes, there's still 4 types: alpha, beta, gamma, neutron. But if we're talking about all the types of ionizing radiation, then gamma should come with an asterisk that includes
alpha, beta, gamma,
the window
neutron, gamma. What? So alpha, beta, gamma,
neutron,
UV, X-ray.
Right. That's why I was like, if we're talking atoms, then yes, it's alpha, beta, gamma, neutron. But if we're talking about all types of ionizing radiation, then gamma should have a asterisk next to it that also.
Ionizing radiation. Because see, technically, there are many more types of radiation. Technically, gravitational waves are a type of radiation.
Hello? Anyway, yes, I know, because microwaves are radiation, invisible light's radiation. But we're talking ionizing radiation, though. Yes,
gravity can ionize.
Gamma needs to be.
That'd be cool, though.
Gamma needs to be included with an asterisk that says X-rays and UV. And actually, there's hard X-rays and there's soft X-rays.
Yeah,
Soft are
sure,
generated
sure.
by electrons, and hard are generated by the nucleus.
I thought the nucleus was gamma.
Oh god, yeah, but there's hard and soft X-rays.
I thought it was just by the frequency. One's shorter, one's longer. I don't know.
No. There was a distinction. I'd have to reread. Maybe the guy in the video reread it, and that my original knowledge was correct when I said there's hard and soft gamma rays. Maybe I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Point is, yeah. I love how the guy in the radiation 101 video was like, yes, it's soft X-rays. I'm like, there's the glints of the kind of information I'm expecting to come from you, but you say nothing.
Yes.
It's like, you're clearly competent. You just mentioned something that no one else has any idea of what the heck you just said. No one else knows what soft X-rays are. I know what soft X-rays are. I thought I did.
Or you thought you did.
But now, well, because of him, I'm second guessing myself. But now, it's like, that's the kind of information that I want to know about. But no, instead, he says nothing.
Yep.
And it's like, just very frustrating. And actually, I don't even know if neutron radiation's ionizing technically. It just makes other things radioactive, and then those products generate alpha particles, which is ionizing, and that's what causes issues. And the only reason why alpha particles are ionizing is not because they come in and destroy. It's not because when they come in they destroy DNA. It's when they stop and they're no longer moving at high speeds. They rip electrons and from things, and that's what breaks the DNA. Not them actually physically crashing into the cells. It's them ripping the electrons away once they've slowed down enough. Which is why it's so much more dangerous than like beta radiation. Because gamma and X-rays, they kind of just pass right through you. They don't interact that much. I mean, they still are dangerous, but they kind of just pass through. Beta is only one electron. Alpha is 2 electrons. That's why it's so much more dangerous, and it's got a lot more mass. Anyways,